Well, now we are going to see what pronouns are. Okay, we just saw about nouns, the different kinds and the usage and all that. Now we are going to see pronouns. Why we are doing all these basic concepts is, when you go to higher classes, you may have a lot of things in between from all these. Like for example, pronouns, you may have reflective pronouns, emphatic pronouns and also relative pronouns. So, all these you should know what pronouns are, and then we will move on to the higher class subjects. Okay. So, what is a pronoun? We saw that noun is a name of a person, place, animal or thing. What is pronoun? Pronoun is a substituting word. Okay, it stands instead of a noun. Okay, let me explain to you. Okay, pronoun. Now, noun is a name of a person, place, animal or thing. Pronoun is a substituting word, I said. Okay. What do you mean by substituting? Substituting word. It stands instead of a noun. Okay, for example, if I say Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow. Okay, Mary had a little lamb. Mary is a girl and she had a little lamb. Lamb is a young one of a sheep. Okay, so Mary is a proper noun and lamb is a common noun. Now, its fleece was white as snow. Now, this word, whom does it stand for? It stands instead of the lamb. That is, the lamb's fleece was white as snow. So, this is a noun, this is a noun, but its is a pronoun. Okay, it stands instead of a noun. She took it to school every day. Okay, now she, whom does she stand for? She stands instead of Mary. So, this again is a pronoun. Okay, stands instead of Mary. Do you understand now? A pronoun is a word which substitutes a noun or it stands instead of a noun. Okay, that is why it is called pronoun. If you have understood this concept, I am going to give you the different kinds of pronouns and then explain. Okay, shall we go ahead now? Take your notebooks and take down all that I give you. Okay, now I am just going to draw a tabular column and explain to you. Okay, now I am just going to give you first person, second person and third person. Singular, plural. Singular, plural. Singular, plural. Okay? Subject pronouns and object pronouns. Okay, now singular and plural. First person pronoun is something what we speak about ourselves. Okay, like I, we. Okay, something about ourselves. Second person is something that we talk about somebody directly in front of you. You students, you children. So you. Somebody who is standing right in front of you, you are addressing them. Okay. And third person is somebody who is not present there. It may be somebody whom you have seen yesterday or somebody standing far away. That is he, she, it and they as plural. Now shall we write down? Subject pronouns are I. And the plural will be we. That is I, that is singular, we is plural. Second person, both singular and plural will be you. That is, if I say you, Ramesh, you should keep quiet in the class. So you, I am talking about Ramesh, one boy alone. Whereas if I say you students should keep quiet. So you students, that is a plural thing, but still I use you. So you stands both for singular and plural second person pronoun. Now third person is he, she, it. That is, if it's a singular masculine, it is he, singular feminine, it is she, and singular neuter general, it. And then for plural it is they. Okay. Now let us see the object pronoun. Object pronoun singular is I will be me and we will be us, and second person singular and plural object pronoun also is you for singular and you for plural. And third person singular object pronoun will be his, her and it. Okay, his, her and it, and they will be them. Okay, have you understood now? Take down this chart. See, or subject. Now I will explain to you how it is called a subject and how this is called an object. Now for example, I say he called me a master. Okay, he called me a clever person. He is the subject, and who he called whom? Me. So this is an object, but both are pronouns. Do you understand? She told us to keep quiet. She is a subject pronoun and us is the object pronoun. I told you not to tell her the secret. I is the subject, you is the object. Or we told her to give the book to the librarian. We told her. Okay, or you told or you carried it to the market. You carried it. So, you is the subject, it is the object. They ate it. They ate it. They baked the cake and ate it. Okay, they is the subject, it is the object. Okay, he told them not to enter his office. Okay, he is the subject, them is the object. Now, do you understand how subject pronouns are used and how object pronouns are used? Okay, now it is very clear for you. See, only when you understand the basic concepts, when you go to higher classes or when you go to college, it will be easy for you to assimilate facts. Now, when you go into your higher classes, you will be learning reflective pronouns, possessive pronouns and all this, okay, relative pronouns and all that. So, first what pronouns are, if you know exactly, only then you can develop on it and you can understand the concept better. Now, I am going to teach you the different kinds of pronouns, and this is going to be very useful for you not only in class 8, but also in 9 and 10 and 11 and 12. Okay, next I am going to teach you the different kinds of pronouns. Okay. Now, let us see the different kinds of pronouns. First one, demonstrative pronoun. Second one, interrogative pronoun. Next is distributive pronoun. Reflexive pronoun. Are you taking down? Take down everything. I am going to clean the board and explain each and every pronoun. Emphatic pronoun. Relative pronoun. All these you have for your 9th and 10th. Possessive pronoun. Pronouns of number and quality. Of number and quantity. Indefinite pronouns. Okay. I have given you 9 different pronouns. Okay, these we are going to do each one in detail, and towards the end I am going to give you some exercises. Okay, take down, check whether you have taken down demonstrative pronoun, interrogative pronoun, distributive pronoun, reflexive pronoun, emphatic pronoun, relative pronoun, possessive pronoun, pronouns of number and quantity, and indefinite pronouns. Okay, have you taken down? I am going to clean the board now and explain one by one. Okay, next we are going to do all the kinds in detail. Demonstrative pronouns. Demonstrative pronouns always points out to something in particular. Okay, take down demonstrative pronouns, points out to something. Okay. Now, I will just give you what these demonstrative pronouns are, and then you can, I will give you examples. Okay. This, that, those and these. These are the demonstrative pronouns. I will give you examples now. This is my car. Okay. Second one, that was a very interesting story. That was a very interesting story. Okay. Next one. Are those Mrs. Simon's kittens? What are kittens? The young ones of a cat. Are those Mrs. Simon's kittens? Those. See, demonstrative pronoun points out to something. This is my car. That was a very interesting story. Are those Mrs. Simon's kittens? And these are the things we bought in the mall yesterday. Okay, and the next one, is this your bag? Okay. Now, if you see, we have this, that, those, these, and I have given you examples for everything. Okay, here T is not seen properly. This, that, those, these. These are the demonstrative pronouns, and it points out to something. This is my car. That was a very interesting story. Are those Mrs. Simon's kittens? These are the things we bought in the mall yesterday. And is this your bag? Okay, have you understood now how to use the demonstrative pronouns very clearly? Okay, so this, that, those and these are the demonstrative pronouns. Shall we move on to the next kind? We have altogether 9. Okay, the next kind is interrogative pronoun. Okay, the word itself interrogative means asking questions. So, the second kind is interrogative. You already written down, isn't it? I have given you all the kinds and you have written down all the different kinds. Okay. Now, interrogative pronoun asks questions. Okay, what are the words that we use for asking question? When, where, how, what else? When, where, how, who, which. Okay, when, where, what, when, where, how, who, which, what. Okay, so how many are there? When, which, when, where, when, which, who, whose. Okay. Whose, what, and whom. Okay, I'll just change this. Whom, whose, which, how, and okay, I'll take off this also. So, how many do we have? I'll change this into whom, whose, how, who, which, what. These are the interrogative pronouns. I am going to give you examples for these, okay, so that you will know how to use it. First one, what do you want to wear for the party? Okay, so this what is a interrogative pronoun. The second one, which of these is okay, I'll just ask, which of these 3 colors is your favorite? Which of these 3 colors is your favorite? So, which is the, now we have written what and we have written which. Next one, we are going to write who. Who is that man standing outside near the car. Okay, so who we have finished. Next, how. How do you manage to keep your house so clean? How do you manage to keep your house so clean? Next is whose. Whose garden is it with so pretty roses? Whose garden is it with so pretty roses? Next one, whom. Whom do you want to refer as your guardian? Okay. Now, if you see, we have finished all the 6 different interrogative pronouns. We have what, which, who, how, whose, whom. Okay, the first one, what. What do you want to wear for the party? What is a interrogative pronoun? Next one, which. Which of these 3 colors is your favorite? Next one, who. Who is that man standing outside near the car? Who. How do you manage to keep your house so clean? How. Whose garden is it with so pretty roses? Next one, whom. Whom do you refer to as your, or whom would you like to refer? Okay, I'll just write whom would you like to refer? Whom would you like to refer as your guardian? Okay, have you understood now how to use all these interrogative pronouns? Okay, now you can use it in your own sentences, or if you have a lot of sentences also given, you should be able to identify. Are you very sure of these interrogative pronouns? Shall we move on to the next one? Okay. Okay, the next pronoun that we are going to see is distributive pronoun, and this refers to persons or things taken as a single or as a group. Okay, they include each, each other, one, one another, some, someone, anyone, everyone, no one, anything, everything, either, neither. All these are distributive pronouns. This is the third kind. Okay, what did I say? It refers to a person or a group of people or a group. Okay, so take down what these distributive pronouns are. They are each other, one another, some, someone, anyone, everyone, everyone, then anything, everything, either, neither. Okay, all these are distributive pronouns. Now, shall we see examples? Each of you must carry a bag. Each. So, I've written each. Now, next I am going to use everything. Everything is topsy-turvy here. What do you mean by topsy-turvy? Topsy-turvy means everything is upside down. Okay, ulta pulta they say. Next one, well, can we take one another? They had to show love and concern to one another. Okay, so one another we finished. Someone. Next one. Someone has to shoulder the responsibility okay, someone has to shoulder the responsibility. So, I have written someone. anyone can choose to volunteer. So we have done anyone. Shall we do anything? Anything is welcome. Okay, seventh one. They looked at each other when they were scolded. Each other. They looked at each other when they were scolded. Okay, now one and some and all you know. I am going to do either and neither. This is 8. Either of you should choose to, or either of you should walk out. Next one. Neither of them spoke. Either. And we finished either and neither. Everyone will do. Everyone stood up and applauded. So everyone stood up and applauded. What does it mean? Stood up and clapped their hands. So I have given you 10 examples for this distributive pronouns. See, we have so many here and I have done 10 of these. I have just left only one and some, that's very simple. All the rest I have given you examples. Shall we go through it now? Distributive pronoun refers to a person or a group. Okay, and what are those? Each, each other, one, one another, some, someone, anyone, everyone, anything, everything, either, neither. Now we have I am going to read out the sentences. First one. Each of you must carry a bag. Okay, each I have used. Everything is topsy-turvy here. That is, everything is upside down. Everything. They had to show love and concern to one another. One another is a distributive pronoun. Someone has to shoulder the responsibility, that is, take up the responsibility. Shoulder the responsibility means take up the responsibility. Someone. Next, anyone. Anyone can choose to volunteer. Any one of you can choose to volunteer. Next one. So, anyone is a distributive pronoun. Next, anything. Anything is welcome. Like anything is welcome means we are happy to take in anything. Anything is welcome. Next, they looked at each other when they were scolded. This happens, isn't it? When the teacher scolds, you all look at each other and give a nice grin. Okay, so that the teacher gets puzzled as to which of you had done the mistake. So, they looked at each other when they were scolded. Next one, either of you should walk out. Either of you means either you or the other one, any one of the two. Either of you should walk out means any one of you two should walk out. That is what it means. Neither of them spoke. Neither he nor the other one spoke. Okay, so either, neither we have here. Next one. Everyone stood up and applauded. That is, all of them stood up. Sometimes when you see a good dance performance or America's Got Talents, you see that show on ZTV, like such beautiful things you have, or if you have a dance program, Jodi number 1, if you have a very good dance performance, what do? You immediately stand up and clap hands, isn't it? That is what it means. Everyone stood up and applauded. Okay, so you make a note of all these. We will move on to the next one. Okay, we are going to see the fourth kind of pronoun, and this is the reflexive pronoun. Okay, reflexive pronoun. Okay, now reflex means what? When something goes and comes back, okay, that is reflex. So, to refer back to the subject, reflexive pronoun means that which refers back Okay, for example, your. If you say yourself, that is reflexive pronoun. Okay. When self is added to my, your, him, her, it and selves, to my, him, her, it, your and your and selves to Okay, these are all singular. Me, my, he, him, she, her, it, you. And your, this your and your alone can stand both for singular and plural. So, when self is added, to my, what does it become? Myself. Myself, himself, herself, itself and yourself. and them and our. And the plural is ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. Okay? See, it reflects back. She herself could not understand. So, it goes and comes. So, that is called reflexive pronoun. They are called reflexive pronoun when the action done by the subject turns back upon the subject. It goes and turns back. I will give you examples now. I hurt myself. I hurt myself. Myself is the reflexive pronoun. He made it himself. Okay. She herself baked the cake. It you yourself can see the difference or see the change. See, all these are singular. Myself, himself, herself, itself, yourself. Okay, now let's see the plurals. We ourselves could not figure out what was happening. We ourselves could not figure out what was happening. Students, you yourself have to work out the sum. They had to paint the house themselves. Okay, now this reflective pronoun is something that which refers back to the subject, or when self is added to my, him, her, it, your. It becomes myself, himself, herself, itself, yourself, and selves is added to selves to them and our, that is themselves and ourselves. Yourselves, again, you stands both for singular and plural, so you can add here and then them, your and our. Your stands both for say yourself and yourselves, both for singular and plural, it stands the same. So, do you understand now? When a subject pronoun reflects back, it becomes the reflective pronoun. So, I read once again, I hurt myself, he made it himself, she herself baked a cake, it drank itself. You yourself can see the change. We ourselves could not figure out what was happening. Students, you yourselves have to work out the sums. They had to paint the house themselves. Now, this is a way you should use the reflexive pronoun, but sometimes there are people who use it the wrong way. Like for example, she itself didn't know, she itself. How can she become it? Isn't it? So, that is wrong. She itself is wrong. Okay. So, many mistakes are committed that way. Okay, or he itself, they itself didn't know, miss, they say, that's wrong. So, they themselves, or he himself, she herself. So, please remember that many mistakes are done in the reflexive pronoun. So, this will help you to correct yourselves. So, now will you bear in mind, all these are singular reflexive pronoun and these three are plural reflexive pronoun, and how to use them I have taught you. Are you sure now? I am sure you don't make a mistake, you will not.